Welcome to Wildcat Sports Update. I'm your host, Jim Boyle, and I have the pleasure in studio with me the 2023-2024 Wilmington boys basketball captains. As we go around the room, we've got four of them today. We've got Ben Marvin, we've got Tiago Gomez,
Indeed.
we got Mikey Oatis, and we got Austin Harper. Welcome, guys. As we go around the room, how long you played basketball? First, give your name, how long you played basketball, what position you play. You're up, Ben.
All right, thank you, Jim. So I'm Ben Marvin. I've been playing basketball at the high school for 4 years. I'm a senior, and I'm a combo guard.
Okay.
I'm Tiago Gomez. I've been playing at the high school for 3 years, and I'm a point guard.
I'm Mikey Oatis. I've been playing at Wilmington High School for 4 years, and I'm a small forward / shooting guard.
And I'm Austin Harper. I've been playing at Wilmington for 4 years, and I'm a forward.
Okay, now you're all our captains, so I'm gonna give you the hard question first. We'll run down how many members of Ben, how many guys on the team right now total?
I believe it's 16.
Yeah,
16 guys.
Okay, so there's four of you, so each of you would get three guys, right? Give me seniors, half the seniors.
Some of the seniors. So to start off, some of the seniors, we got our boys Christian Febo, Michael Lawler, Charlie Rosa, Jake Witalis is a new member to the team.
Mm-hmm.
You want to pick up the rest of the seniors, guys?
We got Smo, Spence, Harper. Wait, are we doing our
We already know that.
What? I'm
That's
just saying
Rosa.
Grace, so
You
yeah.
got Rosa. You got Rosa.
Oh,
They got the rest of them.
And then we got Ben Jameson,
BJ.
Kyle
BJ,
Gabry, we got Aiden Balter, then we got a couple sophomores. You gonna say their names?
You got the stops.
We got Ryan Gray and Sully. And did we say level?
No,
You didn't say level.
Connor
Connor
Level.
level.
Damn.
And any student managers helping us out this year, Ben?
Yeah, we got our two boys, Andrew Maela, Jake Bourgeois, our two team managers.
Okay, they do a great job. So you guys all were selected to be the captains. I don't know if it was by team vote, by the coaches. It's a great responsibility. I'm going to go through right to. We'll start with you, Ben. How do you perceive your role as a captain here at Wilmington High School?
I think it's our job as captains to just be leaders to our other teammates, just help guide us to our goals. Like we can help run practices, and I think since we have a stronger relationship with the coaches, stronger in a sense, I feel like it's our job to like give coaches our feedback and how we're feeling.
All right, Tiago, next up, what do you see your role as the captain?
Leave something behind for the people who aren't seniors. Like kind of change the culture of Wilmington when we leave. Change the way things are ran and stuff like that. So yeah.
Okay, Mikey?
I just want to give off the impression that it's all right to make mistakes. If you make mistakes, you can just bounce back from it. You just gotta keep a level head when you play. It makes you a lot better player that way.
Excellent. And Austin?
I think just be a good example for everyone.
Okay, who's the rah-rah guy? Who goes in the locker room and then rips the rock when we're playing bad at halftime or after? Who's your rah-rah guy? And any of you four captains, or is there a specific member? Anybody? Mike?
What'd you call it?
Who's rah-rah?
Rah-rah guy?
The guy who
Someone that
fires
gets
you up.
fired up?
Yeah.
I'd give it to Coach Greco.
Okay.
Not
Some of the coaches.
To players, I'd give it to Lawler.
Yeah, definitely Lawler.
Lawler gets us fired up. I mean, I think I can speak for us four. We kind of try to keep a level head at halftime. Don't get too high. Don't get too low. There's still a whole another half of basketball to play, so you want to just stay locked in, try to finish
And
it up.
then AD Amigo, Coach me. Dennis Ingram, the AD, has created what he calls the Captain's Council. It gets all the captains of all the sports, winter sports together. Austin, what do you see that doing, and how has that helped you as a captain?
I think it's good to learn a little bit more about what your role is as a captain, which is stuff that goes on there, and I think it'll help Wilmington in the future.
Okay, Mikey?
Yeah, Ingram does a really great job with it. He shows us examples of leaders in sports through professional aspects, like Larry Bird, Michael Jordan, Tom Brady are three of the guys he mainly uses in his examples, and just how they he always expresses or how we're the smallest team in the league and how we need to stick together, and you can do that through leadership.
Okay, Tiago?
Pretty much what Mikey said, just showing aspects of the game that aren't really shown a lot, the behind of I think one of the examples was Michael Jordan's game-winning shot or something like that, or some along those lines.
Reggie Miller.
That's what it was, Reggie Miller, but it was
Stone
showing,
cold face. Game's not over.
Game's not over till it's over.
Okay, and food? Does he feed you?
Bagel World.
Oh yeah, 100%. Our first
Great
meeting we
grill.
had Bagel World, which was pretty sick. But am I allowed to explain what I took from the Captain's Council?
Yes, you are. You're
All
right.
right. So Captain's Council that Mr. Ingram runs, I'm a big fan of it because it teaches us different like styles of leadership. Like I know he's got I can't think of any on top of my head, but there's like people that even if you're not like on the court physically, being a leader is more than just like your statistics. I mean, you're not scoring the most points, not scoring the most goals, but just like being there for your teammates and giving them an example of who to follow. I also like the idea of how, as captains, we're the ones that are seen and put on the pedestal by the community. So in that sense, like that, since like he refers to us as like the front porch of Wilmington. Like we're the ones that if you're just driving by, you're just stopping in for a game. Like we're the ones that are being seen.
Okay, that's excellent. So before the season started, I'm sure you guys had goals. We're going to talk team goals. Ben, you're second-year captain. You were here last year. What were your team goals to start the season?
I think it's still our team goal, making the playoffs. Our record doesn't show it now, but I think we still got a solid shot of making it. We just got to get some things together and turn it around.
Okay, so Tiago, as a captain, we have a team goal making the playoffs. How, as a captain and a leader, are you helping to influence that, to get everybody to get the bus moving in the right direction?
Keep everybody in line and in check at practices or even in games, you know. Some people might be like goofing off or whatever, or even like some things might be getting like a little too heated and it's not competition anymore, and just keeping that, you know, that line. And also like, yeah, that was really it.
Okay. And Mike, you're a second-generation Wilmington high school basketball player.
Yep.
Was your father a captain?
Yeah, he was a
He
captain.
was a captain? And when did your father graduate?
1993 and 1994.
And I know we can watch him on WCTV, right?
That's right.
So,
Wait, how old were you
so
when that
your dad's been through the ringer, and now you're
Yeah.
a captain going through this. Has he given you any advice or helped you to become a better leader and deal with any the adversity you have, because your goal is to make the playoffs, and now it's an uphill climb?
He's actually given me a lot of encouragement this season. He always says that like it's your last year playing basketball, leave it all on the floor. Like it's never too late to like make a big difference like on the court. Like you just like with the new like playoffs now, like it's not really based off record. It's like you can just compete with these big schools, because I know everyone on the court during practice, like we know we can beat everyone we play.
Good. And Austin, you're also a captain of baseball, correct? How do you, when you set your team goals to make the playoffs, and now we're uphill climb, how do you try to influence everyone to get to that goal, per se?
I think that this year we've been close in most of the games, and it's kind of been like sometimes in the fourth quarter we'll lose it by a few. And I think that being close in the games, we know that we can win them, and all we have to do is just put it together in the last final stretch of the season.
Okay, Ben, strengths. What are the strengths of this current? What do you perceive are our strengths of the current team that we have right now?
I think it all comes down to hard work. I think we're one of the hardest working teams in the league. Like we may not be the most skilled, but I know that we got guys diving on the floor, hustling for loose balls. Sometimes, like I know that at the end of every game, everyone's exhausted, so I know that they left it all on the floor.
Okay, strengths you see, Tiago?
Grit. I think we got grit, to be honest. Just like not backing out for anybody. We don't really care who they are, or, like how big they are, but you know we're gonna try our hardest.
It's going to get tougher, Mikey. You got anything to add?
It's like these two said. I mean, I feel like we are one of the hardest working, because we have to. Like we are the smallest school in the league. Like if we don't work hard against these teams, we're gonna get blown out. But that's been like a very big part in like our success this season. Has just been working hard and like keeping it close within games.
Okay, and that brings me to working hard and being the small fish in the big pond, Middlesex League. We're Freedom Division members. We're probably the smallest school enrollment-wise in the league. All four of you, I will start with you, Austin. What do you see the challenges of playing in the Middlesex League, and also then having to cross over and play the large schools?
I think the challenge is that the teams that we're playing are obviously some of the better teams in the state, and I think that it's going to be harder to compete, but I think that we've been able to overcome that a little bit this year.
And Ben, what's it like going against the Readings, the Winchesters, the Lexingtons, the really big schools? I know we did beat Woburn this year, which is one of the few big schools we beat. What's it like that? What's that challenge like as a player going into a team that's got a school that's got all these people to choose from? How do you see that as a challenge?
Going off of last year, I know a lot of the games we played against the big schools, we lost by like 40 points. Like it wasn't competitive at all. but just like that, going back to our strengths, like just showing hard work every single possession, like 110% of effort every single play. That's our bet. I think that's our best bet, because some of these big schools, they walk into our gym thinking we're just going to gift them a win. But if we can show them that we're willing to work hard, we can startle them and they won't be ready for it. So that's our best bet of trying to beat one of the bigger schools.
Tiago, this year I think we've been really successful with the biggers. We had Belmont close. We lost to Winchester by 1. You beat Woburn. Played Reading tight for a little bit, and the other two, Lexington and Arlington. How did you, when you guys are getting ready, like you said, they come in thinking they're gifting a win. What do you bring to the table? What is this, besides the great, when you go into that game, how did you prepare for it, and how did you feel you guys execute?
I mean, I feel like what Ben said, they think they're going to walk in here and just, get an easy win, go back home like it's nothing. But I think the way that we take it is like disrespect, and we can't just expect them to come in here and like take it that easy. If they're gonna win, they gotta work for it and let them know that we're here to compete, not just an easy win.
Okay, those are the big schools. Now we're Freedom Division, who are technically quote unquote the small schools, which we are the smallest school. So, Mikey, you've competed. You've been varsity for 2 or 3 years now. 3.
Yeah, 3.
So you've competed against Burlington and Wakefield
Yeah.
and Melrose and Stoneham and one of the other W schools. When do you approach those games differently than the big schools, or do you say these are our division? Here's how we want to approach it?
I feel like we can't approach those differently because this league is like one of the hardest leagues in Massachusetts for basketball, has been for a long time. And like these teams are like really good. Like Wakefield was like 8th in D2 last year. Burlington made it to the Final Four 2 years ago. Like these teams, like they can win, and they beat the big schools like pretty frequently, like which we haven't been able to do. But this year we are hanging with those schools, so like you can't really like take them lightly, because like they don't really take us very lightly. So we have to like be ready to play every single game we have this season, because nothing's going to come easy.
Okay, so Austin, of the Freedom Division schools, who do you find the toughest challenge to be? Mikey said Wakefield's good. I know Burlington's been tough. Melrose, which of those schools over the course of the 3 years you've played has really been a tough matchup for us that sometimes we have to overcome that adversity?
In my opinion, the toughest team is Wakefield, because they always have like a really tough defense, and they play really aggressive.
Okay, and Ben, which of our Freedom are really? If we're going to win, we play them all again once more. We want to win them all. But if we would win them all, which would be the most satisfying team to beat Freedom Division?
I really want to beat Burlington. I haven't beat Burlington in varsity basketball for the entire time I've played. Every single year, I swear, like they just never miss a 3-point shot. They're hitting like 23s a game. So winning against them, that it would be like a defensive win. Like we played them heavily on defense. They missed their shots, and we played well offensively. So we were able to pull out a win. So Burlington's my answer.
Okay, Tiago?
I'll go same with Ben Burlington.
Mike?
I'd probably go with Wakefield.
That's coming up tomorrow.
Yeah,
Right?
tomorrow.
We'll be already done with it. Austin? Wakefield, right? You said
Wakefield.
Perfect. Tiago, you said you're the point guard. Okay, so there's additional responsibilities being a point guard as well.
Mm-hmm.
You're the coach on the floor. You're playing a lot of minutes. How did you? This is the first year you've been the point, or second?
Second.
Second, and you've grown into the role. How did you become a point guard, and what motivates you to get better?
To be honest, I was a point guard because I was just small. So I didn't have any other option to be a big man, even though I'm a big man at heart. But I don't even got to talk about that. But what was the other part of the question?
What motivates you to get better? What's the motivation to make you a better point guard, a better player on the field? On the court?
Honestly, motivation is just to prove myself right, honestly. Not even to prove others wrong or right, but prove myself right, know that I can do what I can do.
Okay, and then Ben, you've been a 3-year starter, I think. Is that correct?
More or less.
More or less. And and you're a swing player. You're a combo guard.
Combo guard. That's what I like to say.
Okay, and have you always been the combo guard, or you always taller or smaller? You were forward when you played travel. How have you improved your skills over the years to become where you are?
I used to be like a 3 or 4 back in like middle school. Like I was one of the taller guys. Even like freshman year, I played like the 3 or 4. But then like coming like since freshman year of high school, I don't think I've grown at all. So now I've become a guard. I think becoming a guard though, it helped me with like ball handling, 3-point shooting, just skill and like attacking the paint and finishing over bigger defenders. So, was there any other part of that question?
That's perfect. Perfect answer. Mikey, you're a shooter, correct?
Yeah.
And how if you want to give me advice, how could I improve my shot? What do you need to? How do you get to the point where you are where you're the guy that's looking to hit a shot like you hit against Winchester?
It's all about balance. I feel like if you're just off balance, your shooting percentage will plummet. You just gotta set your feet and then just like use your fundamentals shooting the ball. Like always do form shooting with your hand under the ball and just like fall through every single time.
Okay, that don't be like me playing an instrument. Me teaching me to shoot would be a difficult thing to do.
No, yeah, we know. We know.
Huh?
We know.
You know?
Yeah.
What, the instrument or the shooting the ball?
Both.
Both. You're right. By the way, John. Austin, you came in as a sophomore and were like a 3-point shooter. You're one of the taller players on the team. How do you mix the two where you got to bang down low and get your shot outside?
I usually like to stick outside in the 3-point line, but I feel like as I've gotten older, I need to be more of like a rebounder and stuff. So I've tried to get in the paint more.
Okay. Do you think I could become an improved shooter if I listen to Mikey?
Yeah, Mikey's a good coach.
There's no saving your jump shot.
No
Jim.
saving my.
I'm
I don't think there's much of a jump.
I'm actually February's shooting coach right now.
Okay.
I'm working with him right now.
And we're making progress
Much
with that.
improvement.
Just tell him put the ball in the hole and
Yes,
he
put
makes
the ball
it.
in the hole.
That's what I say up in the
Imagine
booth, and it doesn't seem to work for you guys.
Nice.
I'm trying though. I want to transition to Coach John Amico, who's in his second year. One of the most, and I always say this, one of the most prepared coaches I've ever been around in broadcasting. And it's been a struggle for you guys for him. What type of coach do you see John as, Ben?
He's also super hardworking. Like I'll stop by his office in the middle of the school day. He's been watching film for probably hours, writing down notes about every single player, every single play. So just like him even providing like a scouting report for every single game, like I just see him as, like as you said, like super well prepared. And he also pushes us at practice. We like to see, like he'll tell us if we're not working hard. He's not afraid to tell us. So I appreciate him that he's pushing us to try to get to the next level.
Tiago, what type of coach do you see John as? Coach Amigo, sorry.
Like you said, he's a very prepared coach. He knows almost everything, and like everybody on the other team or whoever we're playing against also keeps us like teaches us like discipline a lot. Can't be messing around or like doing things that we're not supposed to do and keeping us right.
Mike, I'm going to switch up a little bit. What's something you've learned from Coach Amico over the 2 years?
Passion. I feel like if you love something, just like put everything you can into it because it will pay off. Like last year, like it was his first year. I mean, obviously our record wasn't good, but you could see towards the end of the season we're a completely different team because he stuck with it. He stuck with us. He never gave up. And then this year, I know our record doesn't say it, but like we have clearly proven that we can hang with anyone.
Perfect. Something you learned, Austin, from Coach Amico?
I'd say just working harder. He comes to practice ready every day. So you want to when you have a guy like that, you want to work harder for him.
Okay, Ben, something you learned from Coach?
I used to be a really hot-headed player, and going off what Tiago said, I think he's taught me like discipline, not only on the basketball court but off the basketball court. Like having that balance, like you can't get too high, can't get too low. Like don't get down on yourself. Like it's a long game. Like there's a lot. Like even if you're not scoring the points, there's more to basketball than just getting in the hole. Like getting rebounds, making the right passes, things like that. So discipline.
And Tiago, you same thing. Something you've learned from Coach?
He's given me confidence a lot, which is a problem that I've had since I was little. So he's always telling me, in practice before the game, like hyping me up and stuff, telling me I'm this and that. And that really helps in game because once you hear it from someone else, you really start to believe it. And then
You lacking confidence? I've known you for 2 years now. I don't see that in Mr. Tiago Gomez lacking.
That's because Amico taught him.
exactly.
100%.
Before we get to the individual questions, I like to ask. We try to grow the program. Austin, what would you, if a fourth grade boy came to you, what would be your advice to him to get to play, and what's it like to play high school basketball? Parents want to know, should I keep playing?
Yeah, high school sports in general are probably the most fun part of high school. So if you can find a sport that you love and you stick with it through the years, you won't regret it when you get to high school.
Okay, Mikey, what are you going to tell the fifth grader?
Yeah,
advice you're gonna
definitely
give him?
don't lose love with the sport. Like I know sometimes it can get frustrating, like if you have like a bad stretch of games, but like you got to know that like every hitter like gets out of his slump eventually. So like if you just have like a bad couple of games, just stick with it because you're just gonna keep working harder and harder, and then you'll achieve what you want.
Oh, I like that answer. Tiago, what are you gonna tell him?
Kind of like what Mikey said, just stay passionate about the game. Don't give up, Stay patient. It's a process. It's not all going to come in 1 week or not even in 1 year, but just stay patient and trust yourself.
No, just follow up. You said you played 3 years of varsity, 3 years high school. They played 4?
Wilmington. Yeah.
Oh, Wilmington. So you transferred in as a freshman.
Yeah.
Did you play freshman somewhere?
Yeah, I played at the Tech.
So have you played your whole, since you were little?
Yeah, I've always played, yeah.
Because you got a great handle, so we have to play.
Thank you.
And Ben, what would you tell the fifth grade parent?
The parent?
Yeah, what are you gonna tell them? What's it like? What's it gonna be like for the kid as he grows up?
Always be supportive. Like, no matter what, if they love the game, then they should be able to play. I think also as well, you should emphasize hard work, because if you're always working hard, the coach is always going to see that, and then that's how you're gonna get your run. That's how you're gonna get in the game. If you're the hardest working on the court, they're not gonna take you out.
Excellent. So you're gonna start the individual questions. So you lead off. Ben Marvin, combo guard, Wilmington High School, former teammate or current teammate who you've learned the most from.
Former teammate, my boy Tyler Rourke. He taught me a lot. He was one of my best friends. And then my current teammate, I'd honestly say Aiden Balcher tells like some of the things that he says on the court. Like sometimes I might not agree with them, but then I look back at it and I'm like, yeah, he's right. He's got a good IQ of the game, so I like listening to him.
And what other activities do you do at the high school? Not just sports.
I play varsity soccer. I'm also the president of the DECA club at the high school. It's a business club. It's probably one of the bigger clubs in the school.
All-time basketball career, what's your favorite moment?
Favorite moment? Even though we got blown out, the playoff game my sophomore year in Bedford, like just the environment there was super cool to play in. Tiago's and 1-3 against Woburn. That was good.
Oh yeah, that was a big one. That's good.
I think my first varsity game too.
Okay,
I love
good.
that.
Favorite athlete or role model?
Role model?
Basketball role model?
My favorite basketball player right now, I think, is Tyrese Halliburton. I just like the way he controls the game. He'll go off for 40 points, no turnovers, 20 assists. He plays the game the right way, and I want to play like him.
Coaches or anybody you want to credit or helped influence you to play the game?
I've already given a shout out, but Coach Miko pushes us every day. But in my past, coaches like Mikey's dad, Dave Oatis, Joe Mala, Chris Harper, Austin's dad, and even my dad, those have been a bunch of coaches going up in the travel programs that have all pushed me to this level that I'm at now, so I can only thank them for that.
Okay, do you watch yourself on WCTV?
I love to watch myself, especially with your commentary. Okay. Although sometimes I feel like you don't know what to say. Like I'll brick off the backboard and somehow you'll say, Ben Marvin comes up short on that shot. And I was like, short.
The old eyes. What are you going to miss the most?
Miss the most. The guys.
Okay.
And coaches.
Good. And what's the future hold for Ben Marvin?
Future what?
What's the future?
Oh, future hold for me? I'm going to college. I got accepted to UMass Amherst Baylor yesterday.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. I don't know where I want to go yet. I've applied to a bunch of different schools, but I want to study business.
Excellent. Tiago, next in the hot seat. Favorite teammate, past or present, that you learned most from?
Teammate?
Okay, or anyone. Could be me, whoever.
Nah, trust me, Joe. I'm gonna go T-Mal.
Okay.
T-Mal.
Okay.
Yeah, Mr.
Okay. And then what other activities you did at the high school?
I played varsity football in the fall, and hopefully I'll be playing varsity laxer baseball in the future. But
excellent. Favorite moment all time basketball wise?
Favorite moment, like of all
time. Any level of basketball
when we won that chip back in 4th grade against Chelmsford.
Facts.
Me, Jay Witt. Jay Witt carried our team. Shout out Jay Witt for real.
40 points.
Okay.
4th grade.
And then favorite athlete or role model? Basketball player?
I gotta go with my king. LeBron.
Okay, you better go with LeBron.
He's my king. I don't
After the
know.
arguments you and I have had over
The
the
greatest
course
player
of
of
2
all
years.
time.
Excellent. Coaches or anyone that's influenced you want to credit going forward?
Coaches, I'm gonna have to go with Joe Maiella. Joe Maiella made the most amazing play of all time called Jayhawk.
Okay.
Great.
And do we want to describe? No.
Nope.
Nope.
No, we can't. We can't.
Yeah, that's
describe
top
it.
secret, right? All right. Do you watch yourself on WCTV?
Like the games, but like.
That's what I mean, the games.
Yeah.
You got to
I
watch
watch
this too, right?
I watch the games.
He definitely
maybe,
did too.
Probably.
We're going to show this at team dinners. And then what are you going to miss the most?
Like Ben said, probably like the guys, just hanging around them in the locker room before games, before practice, after practice.
And what's the future hold for Tiago Gomez?
I'm probably gonna go to either UMass or Endicott for exercise science.
Excellent. Mike, you're next. Teammate or former past or present that you influenced you and learned the most from?
I'll probably have to go with T-Rook as well. He just made basketball like fun. Like he like knew when to be serious and knew when to have fun. And just like he was just a great guy to be around.
Okay, other sports that you do at Wilmington High School?
I do.
Other activities, I'm
I
sorry.
do soccer in the fall, and then I do track in the spring, and I'm an MIA student ambassador for the Wilmington High School.
Bro
Excellent.
is not him.
Favorite moment all-time basketball-wise?
7th grade, we were down 1 point against Westford. It was an inbound play with 4 seconds left. Ben passed me the ball in the corner. I shot a 3 and I nailed it for the win, and we needed that one because we didn't have to play the playing game in the playoffs.
That's
So it
excellent.
was pretty great.
Favorite basketball player, role model, athlete?
That's tough, but I'm gonna have to go with Michael Jordan because he's the best player of all
Dude,
time.
get out. Like, actually, I'm not even joking.
Okay, we won't have this discussion here. We'll do that some other time. Who's influenced you? Who do you want to credit? Coach you want to credit people who've influenced you.
Well, I know he's been mentioned like 4 times already, but my dad, he's the one who got me into basketball. And then Joe Maiella was like a great help when like in my travel years, trying to like get me up ready for the high school level.
Perfect. And do you watch yourself? Do you watch the games on WCTV?
Yeah, I watch
Do you
it.
get anything? Do you get anything out of that, or you just watch it for the fun of it?
I watch it for film. Like after the night after the game when it's like
Yep.
10 o'clock, I'll just watch it.
Perfect. What are you going to miss the most?
Just like being around everybody, like team dinners, like after practice, during practice, like just.
And what's the future hold for Mike?
Well, I just got waitlisted at the UMass Amherst, so it's still up for debate, but we'll see in a couple months.
So you're going to go to college.
What do you
want
wanna
to
study?
Sports management.
Okay. Take my job then.
Yeah, we'll see.
That boy
It's
league
hard to
bound
take
for
that
real.
job. All right. Austin, first, teammate, past or present that you want to give credit to?
I'd say Will Doucette. He was a great role model for me, and I want to try and be like he was.
Excellent. Other sports or activities you do at the high school?
I do varsity baseball and varsity golf.
Okay. And then favorite moment all-time basketball?
We'll go with seventh grade travel basketball. Jake Bourgeois, team manager. He off of my block shot, he grabbed the deflection and hit a fadeaway bank shot to win the game.
Oh, I remember that.
Oh,
That
we
was
still on the court now?
crazy.
Do we have
Yeah.
film of
Yeah.
that anywhere?
I wish.
There might be. I don't know. But
That'd be fun to find.
Find
Get
us the
Jacob
film.
up.
No, facts.
Favorite athlete or role model that you have?
I guess right now, favorite basketball player would be Derek White.
Derek White.
He's an MVP.
People, coach, you want
decision,
credit or people who have influenced you along the way?
I would say my dad. He's really helped me. He got me into basketball when I was younger. He's helped me learn how to shoot, and also Joe Maiella, Dave Oatis helped me a lot in AAU basketball.
Excellent. And do you watch yourself in the games on WCTV?
Occasionally.
Occasionally. We got to get you watching more. I got to get my viewership up.
That boy know how to stroke it for real.
What are you going to miss the most, Austin?
Probably hang out with everyone and getting to play basketball with them every day.
And what's the future for Austin Harper?
Going to college.
Going to college? Real quick, what's the best team dinner you had food-wise? Shout out. Anybody?
That's biased though.
I'm gonna go with Whittier Recupero, Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A? Okay. And that's we get to give our shout out as we run out of time. I want you to look, we're going to start with you, Ben. Look straight at camera here, and I want you to shout out to anybody that you want right over there.
I want to give a shout out to both my parents, mom and dad. Now as a senior, I can say I'm super thankful for your support, drive me to games, practices, and thank you for everything that you've done to get me to this point in my life. I'm more than appreciative, and there's nothing I could ever say that would be thankful enough. And my sister, Caitlin.
Okay. Tiago, you're next.
What am I doing?
Thanks.
Shout out
to
to
anybody you
anyone
want.
you want.
Everybody, first of all, God is great. And shout out to my parents because they put a roof over my head, give me food. And my first coaches also. And little sis too, Sophia, big sis, Jaslyn. Yeah,
That's good.
family.
Okay. Mike, you're next, Mike.
I'd like to thank my mom and my dad. I'd also like to thank my grandpa because I know my grandpa showed up to every single one of my games this year. And it did every single game during travel. It did the book. So thank you for that.
Okay. Awesome.
So thank my mom and my dad for supporting me the past like 10 years in basketball and all sports, and just in life in general, and also my sister Suki.
Excellent answers by everyone. So again, I'd like to thank the Wilmington High School boys basketball captains for coming in. We've got our good friend Ben Marvin, my LeBron James loving Tiago Gomez, my Michael Jordan loving Mikey Oatis, and my baseball superstar Austin Harper here with me on the show.
Sir.
Thanks for coming in. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for having
Thank
us.
you, Jim
And
Fred Boyle.
Thank you very much. And for Wildcat Sports Update, I'm Jim Boyle, and we'll see you on down the road.